Next on our list, mystery meat. Mystery meat, oh darling, you're so floppy and weird colored. What really are you? Where have thine come from? What animal parts have you come from? Oh hot dog, oh cold cuts, you look so strangely alluring. What is really inside of you that I want to eat? Answer, nothing. Don't eat that. I mean, okay, so hot dogs are washed in like, I think 3 different chemical baths. Yeah, that's something to maybe figure out why you wouldn't want to eat the chemicals that are in the meat. The meat is like your hand-me-down meat, kind of. It's like your grandmother's hand-me-downs. It's like they take all the good cuts for the rich people, and then whatever, just whatever, maybe some bones, like lips and eyeballs, and everything else gets kind of all gooped together. Yeah, these are hot dogs. Go on how it's made and look hot dogs and watch how they actually make hot dogs. You'll never get a hot dog again. I guarantee it. Okay, so these things are carcinogenic. They are full of nitrates, so that's the cold cut meats, full of a whole wonderful range of chemicals. And the animals that are used often in these cold cuts, mostly like 90%, are not organically raised. They're not fed with the most elegant of foods. They're injected with vaccines. They're injected with antibiotics. They're sprayed with pesticides because they get so many flies on them that they have to actually spray the animals with these chemical baths. So the meat out of the gate is full of chemicals, and then you're adding more chemicals, and they basically have to sterilize everything, and they get tumors in there. They don't care. They don't care what kind of aspect of the animal gets in there, because this is all, you know, money for them. If they have to cut something away, they're losing money, right? So these cold cuts, you know, they have to add the nitrates into the nitrates in, so like a preservative. So it's a preserved meat. So a lot of preserved meats or chemically bathed meats to preserve them. You know, it's a nice idea, I guess, but it is cancer causing. Fact. So just don't do that. Like, just if you're going to eat meat, okay? If you're a carnivore and you're like, well, nobody's taking away my meat, blah, 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 kind of person, like, and please don't eat Spam. What the hell is that? Spam? Like, don't eat that. Please. Oh my God. Okay. So like, and even tuna, like full of mercury in a can. No. Okay. If you're going to do an animal product, you're going to find a local butcher, ask about where they get the meat from, ask how it's finished, ask how it's grown, get certain cuts of meat that are fresh, preferably organic if you can find it, which you can more and more now. The more we ask, the more they will provide, because all they want is that money. So the more you say, I'm not eating this crap anymore, they're going to, well, we're not going to stock it anymore because these people don't want to eat it, and it's just going to go to the food bank, which I feel really bad for. Like, the food bank is basically all the food I'm talking about right here, by the way. When I first started my business, I had hardly any money. I ate from the food bank. Yeah, I learned a lot about that. So most of these no-no foods are at the food bank because no one else wants to really buy a lot of them. And there they go, right? Or eat a lot of them. Horrible. It's just horrible. You should have fresh fruits and vegetables at the food bank. Just like what should be in your refrigerator. Not Spam on the shelf, all right? Not mystery meat. So you want to avoid cancer. You want to avoid, and a lot of the cancers are, of course, where it hits. Stomach cancer and bladder cancer, kidney cancer. You know, you're getting lymphatic tumors. So that's where you see a lot of the high preponderance of those types of cancers that are going, obviously, you know, if it's going into the blood, you know, then it's going to go into the lymph. So you're going to get, you know, you're going to get lymphomas and lymphatic system cancers. You can even get leukemia, which is blood cancers. Brain cancers, of course, things that a lot of these chemicals are notorious for passing the blood-brain barrier. So mystery meats, go to your butcher, have a discussion, local hunter. So up here we have hunters. They, you know, each year they do moose and deer. You get a certain amount in your freezer, and that's what you eat for your whole year. You're not eating like a ton of meat every day, or every square meal has to be full of meat. It's just way too much. It's too acidifying anyway. And remember, we just talked about pop being acidic. What does it do? It takes calcium out of your bones. It weakens your bones. It's the same thing here. Every time you break down meat, you're creating arachidonic acid. Your body has to buffer that. It's a process through your liver. So, you know, moderate that and make, if you're going to go for it, then go for it. Get really high quality cuts and really, you know, do it right. If you're going to cost that animal that its life and whatever, be responsible for what you're doing, at least, right? Not getting into the ethics of death and all that stuff. I'm just talking about people who are eating all this randomness and hurting themselves. And here's where we can make a big difference. So just stop buying those certain meats and start buying other cuts of meats. That's as a trade-off, okay?